prostaphane's
Naturally
better.
produce sulforaphane.
And Dr. Jed Fady has tested this. He's tested these different supplements and looked at sulforaphane metabolites in urine to look at like bioavailability. And
So what is the one that you like? You don't like
prostaphane. I like Apoquel.
Prostaphane.
I've taken both, but it's hard to get prostaphane in the U.S.
Why is it hard?
because it's in France. It's a France.
Can you get it on Amazon?
No.
What? That's all. Amazon's got me hooked.
No.
They got me hooked.
But you can get it. It's just
you gotta find it somewhere. Do they have a website, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sulforaphane. Okay.
that's what I've been taking recently.
How much do you take?
I'm taking 3 pills a day. I think each pill has 10 milligrams.
With food?
Yes. Definitely with food. Yes.
Why is that? For absorption or?
Yeah, it seems like it can be a little like, it just sometimes if you're on an empty stomach.
Feels gross?
Doesn't feel good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people email me, since the first time you and I talked about sulforaphane. Some of them have taken Apoquel, some have gotten a hold of prostaphane, some doing broccoli sprouts. I mean, I've had people talking about like tumor shrinking and stuff. Like one guy, it's like all anecdotal, but I've had multiple people talking about their prostate stimulating antigen going down. Sorry, prostate. Is it stimulating? PSA.
Mm-hmm.
My brain's sort of dwindling out, but
that
going down, I know.
It's a real thing.
It really is. It's a real thing. I mean, I feel like I've done really good just from like exercise and getting all the fish oil and stuff. But it's definitely, there's constantly, it's just all.
You're running a marathon a day.
Totally.
I've seen it. People that don't, we were talking about this before the podcast with Dan, people that don't think that it's difficult to be just a mom or a stay-at-home mom. You're crazy.
I was so judgmental, and I really feel bad. I really do, because it's the hardest thing like that I've ever done.
Bill Burr has a great joke.
If you want to do it good. Oh, really?
He goes, it's the hardest thing. He goes, any job you could do with your pajamas on is not the hardest thing.
I really like Bill Burr.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious. Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's a great guy.
But I mean, if you want to do a good job and you're thinking about like the enriched environment and how important I got to read to them. I got to, all this, and it's just, and then all the nutrition and not getting the plastic. And it's just a lot of work. Like no screen. You don't want to have you don't want to sit them in front of the television and have them watching cartoons.
Right.
So, which definitely would be easy.
Right.
So, and maybe the more kids you have, you're kind of like something's got to give, but it's definitely a very, very hard. It's a hard job, but very rewarding. So rewarding. Like, I just can't even believe I ever had a life before my son. Like my life is like, I get so much joy from him now, and I'm just like, how did I get all this joy before? It's like,
well, it's crazy because I remember before you had him, you were like concerned, like, boy, I wonder where my time's gonna go, if I'm still gonna be able to do research. It's like, ooh, we'll see.
Yeah, it's hard, and thankfully I have my mother who helps out a lot, and that gives me some time. But I'm like essentially doing both, Do
you feel the switches going off in your brain? Or your brain switches over? Because you essentially there's a biological mechanism that's happening that must be fascinating to study on yourself as you're watching it happen. Because the oxytocin gets jacked through the roof. You have this little thing that you love literally more than anything you've ever experienced in your entire existence. You can't believe how much you love them. It's hard to imagine. It's hard for me as a father to imagine what it would be like to be a mother, because I think there's a big difference. Because I think and this is one of the reasons why me and my wife had a deal. I didn't name any of the kids. I just had veto power. It's like you can't call the kid like fucking turnip or some stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Kale.
It's just nothing nutty, but it's in your body. I mean, you're cooking it
manufactured it, I know.
Inside of you. The difference between the job a man does and a woman does in terms of like the actual making of the baby could not be further apart from each other. The guy just does something that feels great and it's done. And then the woman goes through this insane hormonal process her body morphs. She gains 50, 60 plus pounds. Her body stretches out. She's got a baby inside of her. It's kicking her. She's uncomfortable. She can't move. She's swelling. Then she has to go through excruciating pain. There was a video on Dig from yesterday. See if you can find it, where they have a labor recreating like pain device.
No way.
That they put men under. And they have these fucking macho men that they have this machine that they do something. They have these these. We'll put it up. We'll figure it out how the fuck they did it. But it somehow or another reenacts the pain of labor and lets a man experience what it's like to get your vagina blown apart.
That's crazy. No, it is. You just totally explain. I mean, the whole pregnancy and then like the delivery. I mean, it's just like.
And then it's like a part of you is walking around.
Right.
Whereas for the man, it's like, yeah, that's my kid. Wow. And you get all this oxytocin rush, but I don't even think it's a fraction of what the woman experiences.
Breastfeeding, that whole like nursing, that's like huge oxytocin release. Huge.
Yeah.
And then of course there's like the no sleep for like months. And for me, like my son, like he's seen a bottle like, I don't know, 6 or 7 times. Like I've always been there.
On the nipple.
Yeah.
Do you pump?
So because I was always there, I've only had to pump a few times.
The thing about pumping that seems to be really good though is that the kids can get more of it. It's like depending on how
Never
well
had an issue.
You never had an issue.
I was actually an overproducer, and I had an issue of too much.
Whoa.
Where it's like
he's like, slow down, mom.
Yeah. So
I was looking for that, and I stumbled across this. Have you
Puvade syndrome?
ever heard of that?
A sympathetic pregnancy is a proposed condition in which a partner experiences some symptoms and that's just a bitch-ass man. These include minor weight gain, altered hormone levels, morning nausea, and disturbed sleep patterns. Like I said, that's just a bitch-ass man.
The disturbed sleep patterns come after the baby's born, let me tell you.
That's
Find
silly,
it on
man.
Dig, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, some guys say that, I gained weight too when I was pregnant. That's because you're lazy. That's because you're lazy and you ate more food, you fucking slob. That has nothing to do with a baby being in your body. Shut your mouth. That's embarrassing.
Stop eating so much.
I'm pregnant too. No, you're not. I hate when men say we're pregnant. Yeah, we're pregnant. No, we're not. No, we're not pregnant, Mike. You're not pregnant, Mike. She's pregnant. You got her pregnant, you fuck. What does it say here? Labor pain simulator. Here it is. Look at these guys. Give me some volume.
Well, that's different.
Look at me. Was that just me?
Talk to me right now.
You're almost getting to like the active stage of labor where it's really getting good.
This is just the
Here we go.
beginning. And it ramps up.
Awesome. Awesome, guys. It's starting to come down now. You guys are doing awesome.
These guys.
Start to be decreasing in intensity. Come down a little bit.
I mean, it really does feel
You know
that
what's
way.
next? What's next is these gals put a strap on and they peg these dudes. That's next.
They just have sensors on their stomach, it looks like, right?
Yeah, it's like one of them, like those
like
electromuscular
yeah.
stimulation devices, and they just jack them through the roof. Just
They could have put one on their groin, right?
yeah, well, they put them in their abdomen. They're just getting torn apart. But it's not even as sensitive as your vagina, so it's ridiculous.
Plus, you're probably not making like the
Look at these guys.
endorphins and
Plus,
oxytocin.
this guy's
stuff to
getting up.
negate.
Yeah, it's nothing, and he's getting up on his hands and knees. Like, come on, stop. Yeah, I mean, they're just basically torturing these men to make them feel bad for not being a woman.
Yeah, it's definitely painful process.
Yes.
That whole delivery thing is definitely painful, but
It is pretty
amazing.
crazy.
It's definitely crazy.
It's really crazy that people make people in their bodies. Like I was talking to my daughter this morning. She was getting ready for school, and we're sitting at the breakfast table, and I'm just looking at her. And while she's talking, all I'm thinking of is, you didn't used to exist. And now here you are talking to me about school, talking to me about this and that and all the different things you're doing. And it is so odd that you are a combination of my DNA and my wife's DNA. And here you are just sitting here eating breakfast, just talking.